I am grateful today. I want to talk about the Bliss Breath Technique that McKenna shares. Talking about backworking the problem of negative emotions, depression, procrastination. When we're experiencing negative emotion, when I'm experiencing negative emotion, I know that my cortisol levels rise. I know it's harder to be productive and efficient in my interactions with other people. So having a practice when I'm experiencing negative thoughts or emotions, a tool to implement, to engage in, that will make me feel better. That's huge for me. During my workouts, throughout my day, in arguments that I have, in conversations where I start to feel overwhelmed or I start to experience anxiety. Did you know that the definition of nirvana is just the release of a breath? And that's amazing, because we're not having to be enlightened, we're not having to become the Buddha. We all do it. The release of breath. Alan Watts talks about when you hold on to breath, what's going to happen? It's eventually going to leave. You're going to suffocate. But when you what happens naturally is it comes back to you. And there's all kinds of creeks and rivers I could go down about detachment and hold on loosely, but don't let it go. But yeah, the bliss breath that Terrence McKenna, or maybe it was his brother, talks about is a 6-count inhale into the lower third to the diaphragm, your belly, a hold and a smile, and then a prolonged release. So you want to make the exhale as long as possible, in my experience. The smile is important because we know that the brain releases feel-good drugs, whether we feel good or not, when we smile. And on the inhale, they say you're going to envision cool, white, blue, frosty air rushing in. Smile. And a gold, loving energy, airflow, flowing out of you. Now, I've heard it described that you can envision blue air coming in, smile and hold, and then envision black negativity or stress being released. But I feel like that's kind of a dualistic, or like a limited frame. I don't do it. I like to think of gold, loving air, or white, loving energy flowing out of me. I've just found that this is really helpful in my life. It helps me to find peace and find presence when I start to feel. So I hope that this has been helpful. And just know that I think it's all of our duties, our rights, to have the sovereignty, have the authority in our own lives to not be at the mercy of our emotions and thoughts, to not be chained to the familiar past, the painful past. And to also not chain ourselves to the familiar future, right? Because, like, if you want to feel better, you can. I love the idea of feeling good, the concept of our moral duty being happiness. You hear a lot about people being like moral and their values and their what stance they take, and this justified indignant, like, or this justified anger that a lot of us walk around with. It just doesn't feel good, and it's contagious. So I want to be somebody that's spreading positivity. I want to be contagious love. I want to be contagious happiness, contagious joy, contagious drive. So if you don't want those things, watch out, because I'm contagious. Stay grateful. Thank you for watching this.